All right, what's going on, everybody? My name is Justin Gaming. Welcome to special episode number 10 of Gaming at its Core. Today I'm joined by Online ZHD,
What's up?
Ryan, aka RBGT,
What's up?
and also Josh.
What's down?
Damn.
All right, so yeah, as I said, this is special episode 10, so it's good to see that we've made it this far. But yeah, so we're just going to start off like we do every single week. I'm going to let Ryan start this week. What have you been playing?
All right, so I finished Mafia 3, and it's pretty good when you get to the end of the game, but everything leading up to that's pretty generic. And right now I'm playing Ratchet and Clank, which I'm really enjoying.
Nice.
Good game. Pretty good.
Josh?
Let's guess. Okay. I'll give you.
All right,
give you
I'm
one
gonna
guess.
guess.
Does it
Let me
start with
guess,
a D?
let me guess.
That's yeah.
Does it end with the Destiny?
I couldn't guess. I actually don't know if you were playing Destiny 1 or 2.
Bruh, the beta.
No, I was playing Destiny 1.5.
Yeah, near the above.
I swear, I actually saw you streaming today, and I was like, "Wait, is this Destiny 1 or 2?"
Oh, wow.
No, I played Destiny 1 though.
This
I
man.
pretty much Destiny 2 beta has been. I think most of my time I've played a bit of Hitman as well. I still haven't finished that, but I need to. But yeah, pretty much only the Destiny 2 beta, which is it's pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of controversy surrounding it, both within the people that actually like the game and people that just think it's a reskin, and they're wrong. But we'll probably get into that later because for a trigger anyone early on. But yeah,
All right, Brandon, what about you?
I've been playing Crash Bandicoot since the whole new thing came out yesterday. It took me like 4 hours to time try out the freaking new level. That's like the hardest level in the whole entire trilogy. That was really fun. Other than that, I've only been really playing the Destiny 2 beta and live streaming some Last of Us. And yeah, we played with you guys for a bit, so that was cool. Yeah, mainly Last of Us and Destiny 2 beta, and with a little bit of Crash yesterday. And by a
Are you
little
going
bit
for-
in 4 hours. What?
Are you going for the platinum for Last of Us?
Yeah, I got both journeys completed because I did the first journey like a couple years back. I just finished the second one, and now I'm on my
Yeah.
collectible / Survivor Plus playthrough. So yeah,
Cool.
pretty cool stuff.
Nice. All right. For me, what have I been playing? Honestly, I barely played anything.
CS:GO.
I played like 2 games of CS:GO.
2 hours.
That's like nothing. 2 games in the whole week.
Those
That's like
matches
nothing.
take an hour.
Yeah, so it's like I played 1 game I played 1 game yesterday, and I played 1 game on like Wednesday or something like that. But and then I played I was trying to finish Alan Wake's American Nightmare, and when the game only takes 3 hours to beat, and I haven't beaten it in the whole week, then I haven't played anything. So yeah, I played a little bit of Alan Wake, but I still haven't finished it. So that shows
You
how
gotta do
little I
those
played.
logarithms.
I'm gonna finish it later today, but yeah, that's all I've been playing. So I guess we can move on from that. So yeah, we're gonna get into some news of the week right now. First thing we want to talk about. Did you guys see the Call of Duty Nazi Zombies trailer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was leaked a little while back, but yeah, this trailer was cool.
I think it was a different trailer though.
Yeah,
Design
it was a
looks
little
really
bit different. It was a little bit different. It looks good. It looks creepy. It looks really good.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big change from Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was like super cartoony.
Yeah, this
Um,
actually
for,
looks
like, the base-
horror-ish, and
Yeah,
isn't it made by like
yeah.
the same or like some people that worked on Dead Space in the past? So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely looks really creepy and cool. And I like the music, and it just looks really cool.
It's just like it, like I mean, like I don't know what kind of game mode it's going to be. Whether it's going to be wave survival, but they said it's going to be more. I don't think it is wave survival. I think they said it's more of like a story kind of thing.
Mm.
But like I'm pretty excited to see this because it does have a lot of Dead Space vibes in it. Like
Yeah, for sure.
especially how they look. Like other than them looking kind of like zombies, but some of them have got like their jaw hanging down.
Yeah.
Which is
Oh yeah, and like all their like it kind of looks like Walking Dead zombies in a way. Like a lot of them are like aged and like dismembered. Like their jaws are completely like sideways or something. Like just they don't even look anything like a human at this point.
just disfigured.
Yeah, disfigured as well. Yeah, looks really cool. I like it. What about you guys? Any of you guys saw it besides me and Josh?
I saw it.
What'd you think?
Um,
What'd you think?
Sounds great, Justin.
Sounds
I mean, it was cool, but like, I just feel like, nowadays that every single Call of Duty game is doing zombies, that zombies has kind of lost its
Oh, what the hell?
kind of feeling.
I
for me.
think with Infinite Warfare that was probably more applicable, but I feel like here it looks like it's kind of
It's different.
like, I mean, it was a different take with Infinite Warfare, but it doesn't look like the same kind of zombies. It looks like it's a horror game. Like, it doesn't look like Call of Duty that much.
Yeah, the past years have been a lot of like sci-fi and stuff. Black Ops 3 is different. I didn't really get into Black Ops 3 zombies much.
I
but-
didn't like Black Ops 3 Zombies at all.
Yeah, it was-
I didn't like the
yeah.
controls. That's why I didn't get Zombie Chronicles. As much as I like those old maps, it's still Black Ops 3. Yeah.
I love Black Ops 2 Zombies.
I wonder what kind of twist it is, because it's just kind of like a little teaser. I mean, we don't know the basic things and stuff, but it's gonna be
I
cool.
have like hundreds of hours in Black Ops 2 Zombies.
Mine's a lot of Advanced Warfare. I just played it last week actually as well.
Uh,
The last
Nice.
weekend. It's a great game.
mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Alright.
Call of Duty World War II Zombies. Just a short teaser. Yeah.
Okay. Next up we have the Kingdom Hearts 3. Now has a release window for 2018, and we also got that trailer with the the Toy Story thing.
Yeah.
I actually didn't watch it. I didn't watch it because I don't really give a crap about it.
Well, the thing about
I didn't.
yeah, I mean, I watched it, but the thing is, a lot of people are going crazy. Oh my god, Toy Story and like Kingdom Hearts. I care about Kingdom Hearts, but honestly, I don't really want to see Toy Story and Kingdom Hearts. I feel like everybody else has been like praising it, but to me, I just don't care about Toy Story in my games, in a way. So, to me, I mean, it's gonna be cool, but it's just the same. I'm looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3 in general, not Toy Story aspect to it. But apparently, it's supposed to be canon, like with Toy Story. Like this actually happens in the Toy Story universe.
Dude, like, I don't know. After Toy Story 3, I feel like nothing's really canon to me, at least. Like, it ended so perfectly.
Yeah.
It's like,
Aren't they making like Toy Story 4? Not to go off topic. But,
yeah, no, yeah, they are. And they're going to go find, like, Bo Peep.
Oh.
And, like, that's the plot. So it's like, okay, it's pretty
Yo,
stupid.
who keeps typing? Like, seriously, all this noise is annoying. Alright, there we go.
Jaden started it. Anyways.
That's it.
Yeah, people won't know what we're talking about, but anyway, yeah, whatever. But yeah, any more thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 3? Or
No. I mean,
like,
that's cool.
I get that everybody's super excited for it, and that's totally fine. It's just not. I don't think it's gonna be for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it because I actually did play some Kingdom Hearts back in the day. I barely remember it, but I remember playing it. I think it was on the PS2. I think maybe was it on PS2? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I have memories playing as a kid. So yeah,
Mm.
I don't remember much though. I remember being stuck on like a lot of parts of the levels because I was a kid back in the day, obviously. So it'll be cool. I mean, I'm not like so much looking forward to it, but I'm gonna definitely get it because I want to see what I played back in the day as a kid and stuff. And yeah, it'll be interesting.
I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is just one of those. It's a pretty big release for. I know it. There is a series of games that I've heard like a lot of good things about
Mhm.
over the years. Even though I haven't played it, but I've heard like endless kind of like. It's weird. Like I heard a lot about it, but it didn't seem like it was that big of a game. But I definitely heard a lot about it. It was weird.
Mm,
Like maybe I'm completely wrong. It probably was. It probably is a pretty big game, but
yeah,
probably not a mainstream game. That's probably what I'm.
it seems like it's a little bit niche thing. Like it's not like the general
Yes,
audience. But yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much been Kingdom Hearts 3. It looks pretty cool. Finally, we have a release window for 2018. I think that's like the major thing to take away from that. So
Dude, they're not going to hit that.
You don't
I
think so?
believe it. No way.
I'm surprised. They said like the next 3 years they'll come out in the next 3 years, and then like a couple months later they release a 2018 window. Whatever. I mean, it is what it is. We'll see how, in the end, how they end up hitting that, but it'll be interesting.
Coming 2018.
I mean, you got to think this game's been like in development for so long, but they've been having problems, right? Like, didn't it just get moved into like? Was it that or Final Fantasy that got like moved into Square Enix's like own thing? Like one of the games got moved into like their personal studio or like in house. I could have sworn it was like one of those, but or both. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it will be like early 2019 if it does get delayed. But I don't know. I'm feeling optimistic. But then again, you don't know. I mean, the last thing we heard about this game was like, well, not last thing, but like when we first heard about this game, it was 2013, E3 2013. That was like the first E3 I ever watched. So it's like crazy. Yeah, it's been a long journey. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. So next up, we can talk a bit about the PS4 5.0 update. So basically, now they're starting signups for the beta that's going to start in I think they said early August, so in like 2 weeks or so, or
It's exciting.
2 or 3 weeks. 5.0, it's crazy.
I usually get into all these. I signed up, but now they're like, "Are you a part of PlayStation Now service or something like that?" Isn't that like one of the requirements or something?
That was a requirement, but then they changed it.
Yeah, then they
I think,
changed it
later
to
on.
you could put no. So I entered when they changed it and I put no. But that's crazy.
Do you
Do you
think-
actually need that to get into the update? I've gone into every single update besides, this one, of course.
I'm
yeah,
wondering if they're
but,
changing PS Now in a way,
I wonder.
in some way.
You got to think it's at least something to do with PlayStation Now with this update because they wouldn't ask that question for nothing, obviously. And also, did you guys get the PlayStation Now thing on your home screen before, like on the PS4?
Yeah.
Did it like randomly appear? Yeah, I got that too with like the Red Dead Red thing or whatever.
Didn't that? Oh,
I don't know why they were promoting that.
I thought that was like a long time ago already, wasn't
think
it?
It was
I had
like
that
it was
ages
like
ago, but
it was a couple weeks ago for me, I think.
Oh, what the hell?
Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like I had that a while
Or
ago,
like
but then it just like
day-
popped up.
Yeah, it
like,
just
last
popped
week.
up. Yeah, it was like last week or something. I think me and Ryan had the same thing. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
like promoting it. Maybe it wasn't to everybody. Maybe it was just to certain people. Yeah, interesting though. I'm looking forward to the update. I mean, weren't the rumors? I mean, this is coming from T-Duck, so obviously it's not going to be true. But yeah, I mean, didn't he tease like freaking Sucker Punch was going to be there, but he wasn't. But pretty much he was talking about how Sony's looking to get like trophy tracks or whatever. Like it's going to track like your trophy percentage, like towards things like if collectibles, like if you have to collect 50, it'll like tell you how many collectibles you gotten out of 50, kind of like what Xbox does.
More like more integration.
Yeah, and then it tells you how much time you played on a game, which is something I would like to see as well.
Yeah,
I think
I really like that.
Because
Do you
Steam has that.
think?
Yeah.
If they add that in, do you think it will? Because I'm pretty sure they must have like stats for every
Yeah,
player.
you got. Yeah, I mean, they
So,
always send emails like
as
by the
soon
end
as
of the
they-
year saying like, "What's your most played game and how
Yeah,
many
that's
hours?"
what
So it's
I'm
like, come
saying.
on, can't you just like let that for all the games and let each user see that?
So by rights, it should show if that is a feature, it should show how much you played on each game.
Yeah,
All right.
Like already?
that'd be cool. It'd be depressing to see my crash number, that's for sure. It's gonna be high. Wouldn't be
think
surprised if
that'd
it
be
already
sweet, like-
passed Horizon or something.
You get kind of like that feature, and it's like, well, I know I've played that game for like at least 500 hours, and you're saying I've played it for 0 hours and 0 minutes. It'd be weird, and they must pull it from like so they must
No,
have
they
some
would.
data.
It has to be accurate. You gotta think. Right?
Yeah.
You think it would be not accurate or something?
How do you mean?
I mean, last year I got like an email from PlayStation saying like your most played game was Uncharted 4, and it said like I had like 300 hours that year, or something playing the game. I don't even know how many hours how that's possible, but I did apparently on the multiplayer. And yeah,
Unless it's like you had it open for that long, and
yeah, I think it's counting the
Because I-
application opened and stuff. So if you're in
Yeah.
the pause menu, it still counts. It's just like whenever you click on that tile, that's when it starts counting time.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, I wonder. I really hope that's a thing, but yeah, honestly, I would hope for surprises as well. There's a thing where people are thinking maybe like digital refunds and stuff, but I feel like that's more like a service kind of change, not like a software, firmware, something like that. Like when I think of firmware, I think of new features and stuff. Yeah. I just hope that there's gonna be some good ones that we need. And the best part is like when they add surprises, because like didn't a couple years ago they added the whole thing where you get like a screenshot for the trophy thing. That was really cool. Like they always had these cool things that like not many people expect, but they're good changes. So that's like the best part is when you get good surprises like that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say on it.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, do you have anything to say about it, or?
Not really, to be honest with you.
Yeah. All right. All right. So next up, we can talk about Nintendo Switch, the communications app. I actually don't know too much about this, so
Yeah, I pretty much decided to put this in because basically the app came out, or it's getting like a lot of negative reviews. Pretty much the whole entire situation. You guys know about the whole voice chat, right? The
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch had to use it like
I know about that part.
yeah, well, like you have to use a phone and stuff. Like pretty much more information came out because I think the app
Wasn't it like you can only use it in private matches or something
Like,
that?
no, it's like for like party chat, you have to use like the app that they give you. So like pretty much if you want to talk to your friends on the actual Nintendo Switch or use party chat, you have to have a
Yeah,
phone. You have to
use
have
the
a
phone
phone, and they just came out with more information, pretty much saying that you can't use any other app like phone or texting. And if you go to a different app while you're like voice chatting, that it'll cancel your call. And like whenever you like go back to the app,
God.
it'll like put you back in. So even if you get a call, it'll take you out of that call. And the worst part is you have to have your screen on in order to talk to the person. So if you're voice chatting, you have to have your phone screen on, which is just going to drain your battery and stuff.
Wow,
It's so stupid. Like, why can't you just have this on the actual Switch itself, the device?
You know what I find super stupid about this though? Like the whole design about this is that if you think of at least if you're playing the Nintendo Switch at home, it's not as bad if you're taking it on the go, because if they're marketing the Nintendo Switch as something that you can take your games on the go and stuff, then if you're going to be taking like the communications app, like your phone and then like the headset and all this like the thing that you need to plug it in with, and it just makes it like super unportable.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's like I think Reggie was coming out and saying that they're like working on a.
He was defending.
Yeah, he was defending, saying like we're working on a solution to like help people like make it easier, and like how is this easier? Like this is harder, and like
It's so
they're like
stupid because
they're
if
making
you-
issues that don't
like-
need to be there. Like they're like what are they trying to do? Like you're changing stuff that's already been standardized. Like it's not like they're reinventing
know,
the wheel.
but,
like this is stuff that's been standardized. Like you have party chat like the PS4, or Xbox 360, or Xbox One. Like why are they doing their own thing? And worst
I think
thing
it's
is like what about
ridiculous.
kids who like early, like kids that are young that want to talk to their friends? They need to have a phone. Like what if they don't have a
True,
phone?
true.
I mean Nintendo Switch. I mean as much as like a lot of hardcore people buy it, there still is that kids demographic that plays the games and they can't talk to their friends because they don't have a phone. It's just stupid.
True. Yep.
And like if not, then they have to borrow their mom's or like their dad's phone and they're gonna drain their battery.
Yeah,
It's
so
just stupid.
yeah, that's why it's stupid. If you're gonna
Yeah.
take it on the go, you're literally gonna run out of battery on your phone right away.
I mean you have to have that thing plugged in. And even
I'd
when you
imagine
get-
that thing like drains out fast.
They
It's
need to
gonna
have a
drain your
solution for
battery
those.
like
There's no
crazy.
way. I can't. I thought they would change it based on the like reception, but it's Nintendo, so they're not going to do anything.
Nah, they're not gonna change it after like.
I know.
I think
times
like
already said.
Nintendo's quite an amusing kind of company, I think, because they make like at least like the games that they obviously have on their platforms are pretty good,
Hmm.
and their platforms in a fair number of ways are pretty good. Like I think the Switch is a great platform. I just think it costs a bit too much.
Really? You think it
but-
costs a lot? I think it costs quite a bit.
I mean-
Like low.
I mean, like
my-
it costs a lot, but it costs like near enough what the PS4 costs, at
That's
least over in
true,
the
that is
UK.
true.
And to me, it's like, I mean, like the games on it. It's like you think when it came out at launch, like what games were already on it that you would buy
Only
for
Zelda,
it? It was pretty
really,
much just
just
a Zelda
Zelda.
machine. Like,
I mean, to
it's
be
like,
honest, the
would you
Switch
really
at
pay,
launch was just a Zelda machine. To be honest, then when Mario came
Yeah.
out, like if you didn't own it on the Wii U, then you could buy it. But yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I do want the Switch because I think
Yeah.
Zelda looks.
same. If I buy a
Amazing.
Switch, I'm just gonna be buying like my own like the exclusives there and just playing it on the go. Like,
Yeah.
Mario and Zelda.
But like I think that's one of the great things about it is the fact that you can take it on the go with you. I don't know. I think the battery life isn't that great, but I think the games it offers, like Zelda on the go, especially having an open world game on the go, it's like a game you'd imagine on the PS4, and you're able to take that pretty much. Obviously, it doesn't look as good, but I think that's just more of its one down to power, and on top of that, it's to the art style of Zelda. But I think just that kind of a scale of that kind of game, then you can take it basically wherever you go. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really cool idea. People are saying that they do want PlayStation to do that. Honestly, I like playing my games on the. I think we talked about this a while ago, but like to me, when I play like on my PS4, I'd rather just play it at like my house with headphones on. I don't really care
Yeah,
to like
yeah,
play a
same here,
game like
but-
and try to form the go. Like I just don't care really for that. But yeah, that's pretty much the voice app. Going back to the whole entire app thing, that's pretty much it. I know we detoured quite a bit. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Well,
just,
that's what
it's
I
still
was saying,
stupid. I
just-
mean, people are leaving bad feedback, so hopefully they can listen. But yeah, like bad feedback.
They're not.
Yeah.
That make it even more difficult by accident.
Yeah, it's just Nintendo doing stupid things. So yeah.
All right, next up we have a fan question. This one's from David, of course, who joined us last week, so that's cool. He asks, which do you prefer, physical or digital games, and why?
I'll let someone else start since I've been talking quite a bit. So
All right, I'll go first, I guess. So, I think when I bought my PS4, I think I bought my PS4 1 year after launch, and when I bought it, like back then, I didn't care too much about digital games because like the entire PS3, whenever I had my PS3, I would just be playing physical games. I don't think I ever really bought anything digitally on my PS3. So I guess I kind of just carried over to my PS4 where when I got my PS4, I started with physical games. But like after that, I think once I started buying games digitally on like sales and stuff, then I started like realizing that this is so much like more convenient because then you can just like if you're done playing a game, you can just switch, close the app, and then go straight to another game. And if you look at my PS4 library now, I think like more than 90% of the games is probably digital games. The only physical games that I still have on my PS4 hard drive are like Uncharted 4 and Uncharted the Nathan Drake collection.
really,
That's it.
Damn.
So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess I can understand why you would still want physical copies because then like you can still I guess like you can still like hold on to it and stuff like after. I guess I don't know, but like I just like the convenience of digital games. I would only buy physical now, I guess, if it's like a franchise or a series that I really like. So for example, Uncharted, of course, where there's like a collector's edition or something like that. So Other than that, I would get digital.
I like having like the main reasons I buy physical. I'll just state that out the way. I like physical better, but the main reasons why is pretty much I like having like ownership of what I do with the game. Not so much like trading it in and stuff like that, but more on like if I want to bring it over to some like friend's house, like if he wants to try out the game or just in general, like it's like more convenient to actually be able to do what you want to do with the game and like be able to put it into multiple PS4s. I mean, the only way you're gonna be able to share your digital games is game sharing, and that's not like the most convenient way, because you can only do that pretty much with like one or two people. Other reasons I like physical, I just like the artwork and stuff. I like visually having the games there. I'm not really like much on the collection side of it. I do like having it, like in terms of like just having it physically and just being able to hold it in your hands. There's something about that feels cool. Something cool about just being able to like have the game in your hands and getting it for the first time is cool. But yeah, digital is a lot more convenient, especially when you get like the games for PlayStation Plus. I notice that whenever like you're just starting up the application, it's a lot more convenient, but. Still, I still have more reasons to buy physical in terms of like sales and stuff to keep buying physical and stuff. And yeah, a lot of people also like not to drive out there; they just like to stay home and like download it. But that's another thing: download sizes and stuff. Like I'd rather just be able to put the disc in and stuff. So that's pretty much my take on it.
Yeah, I like physical. Like Brandon said, he doesn't like the collecting aspect. Me personally, I like the collecting aspect. Like I have a shelf just full of like PS3, PS4 games, and I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool, and I honestly do kind of like the drive to like GameStop or Best Buy because it's like the anticipation of like driving there and then getting home and then opening up the shrink wrap. It's just like this feeling of excitement that I feel like you just can't get with digital.
Yeah.
I think with digital, you're basically just watching a number go up, really.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's anticlimactic.
Yeah. No, I definitely know what you mean. Because I see that obviously the both of them are pros and cons, but I think I always just go physical pretty much all the time, unless there's like a sale on where it's like a decent,
That's the only reason why I buy digital games. If like I bought Bloodborne digitally, I bought like Killzone digitally, something like because they were on like on the flash sale, or whatever, or like the holiday sale. So I usually buy digital if it's more convenient in terms of sales and stuff and money. Like if you're gonna get better prices. So yeah.
I also only have like the 500 gigabyte PS4. Like I never updated the hard drive. So like if I were to delete a digital, I'd have to like re-download the whole game.
But if you
again,
delete a
which would be, like,
physical,
50
you just
gigs.
delete like the application to start it and stuff.
Yeah, and it only takes like 3 minutes to like reinstall.
Exactly.
It's like not bad at all.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's a lot easier to do that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like you could screw up with digital a lot more. Like yeah, it's convenient, but once you get it going, then it's hard to get it gone. Like get it back again. I get to download it all over again. Like physical, it's just like you could just pop the disc back in, it installs back again. So it's more convenient for me in a way like that. But yeah, I just prefer physical. It's gonna be interesting. I know digital is the future, and like stores like GameStop. Not that I shop there, but like stores like them are going downhill because of more digital purchases rising. So
yeah,
I definitely do think digital is the future. Yeah.
Do you think because like it seems obviously I know like over the years games have naturally kind of become more expensive, but because of like collector's edition seems to be getting even more, like, in how much they cost, they seem to be going up. Even though what you get with them isn't anything that's, like, even better than, I think it was, I can't remember what game it was recently. I think it was the Uncharted 4 one. So over here it was, like, just over £100. Well, the equivalent of that was, like, say for a game like Assassin's Creed or Splinter Cell was, like, £20 or £30 less. And, like, it seems like over the years they've kind of just got more. And I know that that happens on, like, standard editions. But, like, it just feels like, do you think they're charging more because they're making less money from more sales of those limited editions because of digital, or
I'm not sure.
Do you think it's just because money?
Probably just money, in my opinion.
Money. Greedy.
That's what it always comes down to.
True. I mean, all businesses and stuff like that.
It's microtransactions.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess we heard from everybody.
All right. Thanks for the question, David. All right, so next up we can quickly talk about this. I think Brendan already talked about it earlier. It's the Crash Bandicoot Stormy Ascent DLC.
Oh boy, that level.
Talk about it quickly, I guess.
So pretty much, Crash Bandicoot was at Comic-Con this weekend, San Diego Comic-Con. And they had a panel, and like near the end, like they announced that, Stormy Ascent will be available like within the hour for free on the PlayStation Store. And then after August 19th, it's going to be available for $2.99. Pretty much this level was like a Naughty Dog made level back in the day for Crash Bandicoot, the original one. It's 4 times as long, and like the person that made it didn't really know what they were doing, like in terms of difficulty. So it's a lot more extreme than like most levels in Crash, and it's very long. So they added that level, and we already knew this was coming pretty much because of the DLC trophies on the Crash, game called Lost Treasures. So pretty much it's just an extra level that's for free that you can get right now. So if you do have Crash, go make sure you get it right now if you haven't heard about it already on the PlayStation Store. For the next month, it'll be free. I mean, I played it. I think I already talked about it. It's a lot harder than a lot of other levels. It's probably the hardest level in the game for me. Definitely up there with the High Road. And definitely the longest level as well. So, yeah, good luck getting the time trials if you're going to go out for that. So that's the whole news for that.
Mhm. Nice. All right. So a few days ago, Telltale basically announced that there's going to be The Wolf Among Us 2, Batman Season 2, and also The Walking Dead Season 4, which is going to be the final season of The Walking Dead. So they all announced that in one day.
Yeah. I'm surprised they announced this all.
Yeah. I wanted
Batman's
Tales from
coming
the
out.
Borderlands.
I know, isn't Batman's already getting a second season next month? Like, didn't this thing just finish?
August 8th or something.
Didn't it just finish its first season? Like,
I think it finished like the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So it's like crazy.
Yeah, Batman and like Walking Dead are going strong. I was surprised they already announced the fourth season of Walking Dead, considering Telltale barely even gets the second season for most of the games. Are expanding in terms of like their development team, so they can make a lot more projects. I just hope that a lot of these games are good and they're not sacrificing like quality over quantity.
I mean, I don't think so. I heard they have like a 300-person development
That's
team
crazy.
right now.
That's
so
bigger
it's
than
like,
Naughty Dog.
yeah, for Telltale, like,
things. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you figure they have to do it because they have like
A lot of
3 seasons
yeah.
going on at one
Oh, there's
time.
more than that. There's like what Guardians going on right now, the Minecraft
Dude, I even
stuff.
forgot about Guardians.
Yeah,
It's
man,
like
I know. That's still a thing. It's crazy.
There's Minecraft. Like
Who's playing Minecraft? Honestly,
Why is that a thing?
I don't know. Like the thing
is
is,
there a
the
story mode
one
for
thing that Minecraft doesn't have is a story. So what does Telltale do? Oh, let's make a Minecraft Telltale thing because that needs to be happening, right? Why?
Isn't Ashley Johnson in that?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, she is. I think I remember that.
That's like weird. Going from The Last of Us to like Minecraft.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just happy Wolf Among Us 2 is
How
happening because I
long
loved the Wolf Among Us Season 1. That was great. Walking Dead, I
too.
mean, I'm not really craving more Walking Dead. It's cool that we already got an announcement. It's good that they're listening and it's going to be like the final season and you're playing as Clem, which it should be. It'll be interesting. They did say that The Wolf Among Us is going to be like second half of 2018 and that Walking Dead Season 4 is coming before it, which is crazy. I mean, they're already working on it that quickly and everything. It's crazy.
Didn't Walking Dead Season 3 just like finish
Yeah, it was
that?
pretty good, but
Yeah.
the thing is, they end it like with
That's
different
crazy.
people alive for how you play it. So like whenever they start it up
Yeah.
again, it's like it screws with it because then you don't get as good of a story because like then they have to like make the story in a way that it fits all the different like choices you make, which just sucks.
Didn't they do between the end of 1 and 2, or the end of season 1? Didn't they do it where season 2 would begin differently?
I think
Or it
season
would
2
take
to
you
3, I think it was differently. Are you talking about the new season? How it started differently or no?
No, as in like I'm pretty sure when you launch season 2,
Oh,
it
season
says
2.
or
Yeah.
or it says the season 2 or 400 days. I can't remember which one,
Mhm.
but you launch it and it's saying like, do you want to continue or do you want to carry your progress from season 1
Yeah.
over, or do you just
It always
start
has
as
that.
like
And
a,
if you don't have your save file in that system, let's say you like put it on a different system, you can either do it for like their Telltale like game servers, I think, or like either that or you just fill out what you choose and stuff, and I'll choose it based on that. Yeah. I mean, these games run on like iOS and like Android, so it's just like their engine is just not that good and their quality and stuff.
I heard like Troy Baker's platform of choice to play these games is on his phone. So it's like
It's crazy. They're different. They're
excited
different
to
types of
play-
games, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to play Wolf Among Us, but it's been so long that I forget how it ended. I just remember it was like
Yeah.
a cliffhanger, but I have no idea how it ended.
Well, that's why they have their previously segment. You played Wolf Among Us, so
that
that's
would
cool.
be a long previous.
How'd you like Wolf
Next
Among
time.
Us? It's pretty good.
I liked it,
I did too. It's really good.
but I can't tell you why I liked it because it was a long time ago.
All right, wait, never mind. Okay.
I remember I was starting high school, so it was like 4 years ago. I feel like.
Yeah, it's been a while, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it was like early PS4 days when I played it because I played it late. Was it early PS4? Was it even on PS4?
It was 2013, like the end of 2013. I remember, like the first episode came out in October, and then they like waited all the way until like February of 2014. So it was like in between the consoles, sort of.
Yeah, that was weird. I remember that.
Yeah.
Good series nonetheless. People are like, we need a Tales of the Borderlands, and we're already getting a new Walking Dead. I mean, to me, their Walking Dead series is always the best one. That and like Wolf Among Us have been my favorite. I'd probably put Tales of the Borderlands as my third favorite. I played Tales of the Borderlands like 2 years ago, though. But yeah,
I really like Batman.
Batman was cool. It just felt kind of like you didn't get to choose much. Just felt like very guided.
I like the twist that they put on like the whole Batman like mythology.
It's cool.
Like, that
I
was
just
cool.
hope that I can't believe we're already getting a new season. I feel like just yesterday,
Yeah.
like I remember playing the first episode in August last year, and already we're getting another season. And it's this soon. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I was surprised. I was surprised they announced 3 games. To be honest, or 3 seasons.
I'm surprised they're making Wolf Among Us. I thought that'd be dead, but
Yeah, I'm glad they're making it.
yeah,
I mean, I think we're gonna at least that's gonna be good because that's taking its time.
yeah.
But yeah, Batman, he'll be cool. I'll probably get around to playing it eventually. We'll see. Then again, August is a dead month, so maybe I'll cope sooner than I think. But yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much Telltale. It was cool. I didn't expect all that stuff to happen. It was a nice surprise. Just shows 2018 is going to be even more crazier with Wolf Among Us and Walking Dead.
And
See, I
Batman
watched-
finishing. So.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it was Blue's video the other day I watched, and he was saying about why to like. I think I'm not sure. It was something basically about 2018 being better than
Yeah,
2017.
he said 2018
It
can
will
like
be
a-
better.
No, if you think about it,
And it was
2018
going
is
through
gonna
the
be
different like
crazy.
things about the games coming out. I was like, yeah, that's a really good point actually. Like a lot of the games are from pretty big developers. It's going to be.
I mean, just think God of
But
War, God of War, not Batman, but God of War, Spider-Man,
As-
Days Gone.
as-
We
Red
hope
Dead.
Days Gone. I mean, you hope that thing hits 2018.
Red Dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say Red Dead.
Yeah, already
And then
are.
we got Shadow of the Colossus,
Metro.
Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us. No,
No.
not happening.
Get outta here.
I think it's
Metro.
possible, but I doubt
It's
it.
possible,
No.
but seriously, I doubt it.
They're
It just
gonna
depends on
push
what, like,
for
take the
it,
time.
but-
That
because they
multiplayer also
like
needs
it-
its time. After Uncharted 4, I'm like, you better make that thing good.
More than
I
2
think it
modes this time.
Well, not even that. It's just
Well,
Uncharted 4 wasn't fun. I mean, thinking about Last of Us is it's fun. Like, I still play that game, and it's really fun to play multiplayer-wise.
Do you think that like because they've and this is kind of like going off topic completely, but because they put the multiplayer and the survival mode into Lost Legacy, do you think they're trying to get more people in it because they're thinking they want to support it for longer than they originally intended, or do you think that's just
I think they're trying to justify
might
the
as well.
40, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see.
yeah, it could be.
I mean, then again, they're
There's
also
also
adding
going to be
Jax.
Metro next year
Metro as well. Yep.
and A Way Out
Oh, way out.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
I like
and
it.
the Amy Hennig Star Wars game.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that game's not
2018.
coming out 2018.
That is.
Wait,
that is.
oh, is it?
That is going to be 2018.
How is that coming out? Well,
I
I know
don't
they
think
didn't
so.
show
I'm
it, but
pretty
because
sure-
they didn't want to steal.
I'm pretty sure that
Battlefield
when it was a no-show at, it was a no-show at
said,
E3,
yeah,
they
they
said
said
next
it's gonna
year
be
would
next
be the
year.
year for the new one. And I'm pretty sure that
So they
I'm
mean-
pretty sure that they're doing
like-
Star Wars games every year. Like, this will be Battlefront 2, next year will be Amy Hennig Star Wars game, and the next year will be, like, Respawn's game or something.
Dude, that's kind of scary though, because then that kind of feels like they're gonna rush it out like no matter what to make that Star
Yeah, but-
Wars
Make that deadline.
Han Solo movie. Yeah.
When they said next
I mean,
year
Amy
will be
Hennig's been
this
working
year,
on this for a while, so I don't think this one will be rushed.
No, I know, but I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess what you mean. Like they have to hit that point.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's pretty much like the
With
movies.
Uncharted
They have
3.
to hit it with the movie and everything.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Like that's a game on a big scale, and I feel like that's a game that you'd see try to hit the fall mark, but then slip into like March. Or
But there's
something.
no way they could put that March. Star Wars would be dead in March. It's always December
No.
time.
Unless they have it in sync with like the Blu-ray release. But I
Yeah,
doubt
that
they
no
do.
one cares about the Blu-ray release at that point, though.
Yeah.
It's that whole same thing
That's
where
all
like
that-
Spider-Man's gonna launch at the Blu-ray release of Homecoming, but they're like not, tied at all.
Um, but yeah, anyways, back
What
to
was the
topic.
topic?
Whoa, oh wait,
We're
yeah,
done talking
Telltale.
about
We came from
Oh,
Telltale to 2018 somehow.
Do you think they'll do a Telltale Star Wars game
I hope not.
Oh god.
Damn.
next year?
I hope they get a better engine.
Anyways, yeah, let's move on from Telltale. Oh, this one's actually a fan question. I think we answered this last week. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's our favorite game soundtrack.
I'll just say
We answered
ours
this
quickly.
last week,
Uncharted
so,
2 for mine.
Yeah. You said Uncharted 2. Mine, I said, what did I say last week? I think I said Uncharted 2 and Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, that's right.
And Josh
Sure.
said Splinter Cell.
Splinter
Yeah, it's a
Cell, and
blacklist.
then I think Ryan
No, Ryan didn't.
Ryan wasn't there.
on.
Wait, no, he was
I
there. He
said
was there.
no.
I think.
Yeah, I
No,
was
it was
there.
2 weeks
I said Horizon, but I don't want to confirm to that because that's really.
I knew you
not,
said that you
but-
didn't know. It was kind of iffy, so you just said
Yeah.
Horizon. I remember that. Yeah.
I feel like with soundtracks, you kind of go through phases where if you're gonna listen to it as well, like you kind of it depends on like what game, like because I find like I think with like I mean like some soundtracks I think you just go back to naturally, but other ones I think it just depends because like you might go and listen to that one, and then you go this is my favorite, and then like a few weeks later there's another one and you go this one's my favorite. It's like
I mean, mine's just the ones like that are kind of like I have like a literally emotional
I think
feeling when I hear
yeah,
Uncharted
they're
2. It's just so good.
Definitely.
Crash, I feel like
Witcher
in
has
10
a
years
good
I'll be
soundtrack, too.
looking back at
Witcher's
Crash. Crash has a good soundtrack as well. It's level design. I mean, what did I just say? Level design? I mean sound design.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for the question, Eric. Next up, releases of the week. We have Splatoon 2 and Superhot VR.
Well, Superhot and Superhot VR. I think they're like two different games, but like, yeah, it's
Oh,
confusing.
right.
Dude, I'm excited for Super
Same.
Hot.
I'm like, I
VR
might
to
get
come.
it today. I'm not sure.
Do you have a PSVR?
Yeah, I do. But it's
Yeah,
like
me
it's
too.
separate. That's
That's
the thing, though. It's like $40 if you have to buy both games, which sucks.
Why would you buy the regular
Well, they're
one?
two separate games. Like Superhot VR is not the same as Superhot.
Oh.
So they're like two different releases, and like if you
So it's
buy
kinda
both of them
like what
together,
Bethesda
like there's a
does.
bundle to buy both of them. It's not like a VR mode inside Superhot, which is weird. I wish they should have done that or something like that. But they made like I guess that's a cool thing though. It's like its own VR thing, so they focused on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might get it.
I thought Super Hot was like made from the ground up to be VR, wasn't it?
It's gonna. You know how it's a PC game originally?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
wasn't it for Vive like in
well, no, it's not. Superhot was originally not a VR game. It was originally just
Oh.
like you move when you do, but then they made a VR component. I think they announced it last E3 for like Vive and Oculus. So it was first just a regular game where when you move with the analog stick, like the other people move as well. It's really cool. And then it was a good idea for VR, so they ended up making it for VR as well.
Dude, that in VR has to be sick.
I know.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it came out today, so that's cool. Along with Splatoon 2, which is a big release for the Switch. That's like its big summer title. I mean, Splatoon 1 was like rated like it's one of the best Wii U games, so looks good.
It's one of the only Wii U games.
Yeah, true. Like from Nintendo. It's really cool. I mean, it's like the one Nintendo game that's actually like competitive that you could play. Like, I guess ARMS is something, but not really. I mean, Splatoon always interests me, but I just never really had like a Nintendo thing to play it on, It looks cool though.
It's cool to see them do a new IP and like continue with it. So
yeah,
that's-
exactly. I mean, number one, it first announced, or like I don't remember it, but like it's just like it's finally something different from like Donkey Kong or Mario or anything from that.
yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah, it's a cool release. Definitely, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be selling well on the Switch. So
Definitely.
all right, let's go into Josh's favorite topic of the week.
Yep, Josh's favorite. Destiny 2 beta thoughts. I have not played the beta because I've been super busy, so I guess you guys can just... Ryan, did you play it or no?
I have it downloaded, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh, okay. So I guess just Brennan and Josh then.
Yeah, and Josh, I'll let you do the honors.
Oh, I get to start. I don't know. So, like, I mean, like, I enjoy it because it's Destiny. So that's kind of like natural, I think. But there's been a lot of like, I think it's pretty good. Okay, like I think the thing about Destiny 2 is it looks the same, and I think that's because they have no real reason to completely change up the heads-up display, and they have no real reason to change up the gameplay. So like looking at it, it just looks like a more kind of polished and a better looking Destiny 1. But I think as you start to play it, if you played Destiny when it came out, the quality of the missions is like it's not very high. Like, like the gameplay feels good, but there's like the story's lackluster, and people know that. But like with Destiny 2, it just feels like it starts off perfectly. It's like what's going on, why you're doing something, and kind of what's going on around you, and like paired with the gameplay, it just makes for just a great kind of mission setup, and that kind of carries across to the Strike, which they have, which is like a longer mission for anyone that doesn't know, and like again, that's fun to play. There's a lot of balancing issues, I think, in PvE, but they've actually already said that what you've got in the beta is an older build of the game, and the complaints that they were hoping you'd make is just to validate the changes that they've currently made. So they've already, which I think is great especially with Bungie, because they haven't really been the greatest at communication. So I think in that respect, I think that's already good. And then with PvP, it's weird. Like the PvP feels the same but different. It's kind of like the main game, but the main game feels, or the PvE feels like it's had more changes. But the PvP feels pretty fun. Again, I think the issue with the overall beta, in fact, is that I just kind of want more. It feels very kind of like, you could finish, like you could play everything. Like you could play like an hour of each kind of, I think the Strike's about half an hour long and the mission's about 20 to 30 minutes. So you've got like an hour of each kind of PvE and PvP. And I think, like to a lot of people, I think it does feel like the same and it looks the same. And that's obviously what a lot of people are complaining about. But I find like those comments are kind of like, I get the it looking the same, but I think a lot of them are being really just dumb comments. Like saying it looks the same and the graphics haven't changed, that the gameplay is identical. It's just like, there are changes to it. And like, Destiny 1 wasn't perfect, and and through the expansions it got better, but never became a perfect game. And I'm not going to go on, and say that Destiny 2 is going to be a perfect game, but I think they've made changes, and they've made like level design changes, and like just across the board, really, it feels and it looks different if you actually start looking at the kind of things they've done. So,
All right. Well, to me, I never really was a big fan of Destiny 1 back in the day. To me, it was just felt like kind of boring, and it felt like a boring grind to me. But the thing about like Destiny 2, like with Homecoming, the mission, whatever, it felt like a lot more fun. Felt like, whenever you're playing the game, it doesn't feel boring. Then again, we haven't played on the planets yet, which is like a big part of it. Like the missions happened on the planets and everything. But yeah, a lot of it was just really cool how they set it up. The strike was really fun to play. It kept me intrigued, and it was really cool to do the different stuff in the strike. Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I just want to see more of it, to be honest. It felt like I want to see more of it. Like, didn't fully convince me. I might buy the game. I probably will buy the game in September since there's not really going to be much there, but yeah, it interests me. I can't wait to see more, hopefully. The story is going to be keeping up with that good pace, and hopefully the missions are a lot more fun. Hopefully the content's there. Still sucks that they're doing, like, paid DLC and stuff, because I know the game's going to sell well regardless, but yeah.
I think that's, like, it's kind of expected, especially with, I don't want to say especially with Activision, but it's like,
Yeah.
I think that was another issue with Destiny 1, is that it was pretty bare bones at launch kind of thing. And like, I didn't play it. I played it like, I think a month after it came out. That was when I got it. And I got bored of it. And it wasn't until the following year, in like, I think February or March, that I started playing it more. But like, hopefully, like with the quality of the content that's been shown in the beta, I think if that applies to, we'll say, pretty much all the game, I think requiring that keeps you going after the end and the grind that's there. Hopefully there's a grind, and hopefully it's fun and not kind of just long and arduous and just repeating the same thing over and over again. And even if it is that there are things and mechanics and features which can make that less of a kind of a slog and more interesting. And I think the level design which they did in the strike really kind of helps that, or should hopefully help that. And yeah. So it's basically like the beta looks good, and if you haven't played Destiny at all, or you don't think it looks that great, or you think it looks identical, I think as it's an open beta, just go and play it.
I mean, to me, it looks similar to Destiny 1. People are calling it identical. It doesn't seem identical. I mean, to me, like the little things, like the different locations and like the different things to the HUD and like just the overall different feel to it, it does make it feel a little bit like a different game. But I still feel like it doesn't really like live up to that 2 and part of it. That's why we call it kind of like Destiny 1.5. I don't think Destiny 1.5 is a bad thing, in particular, but yeah, just doesn't feel like 2. But yeah.
I kind of do think that the game in itself is in a bit of an awkward spot, and it has been since the launch of Destiny 1. And that's just because of the way it launched, and then what happened with the expansions after launch, and then what happened with the end game. And then, Taken King made it better, but by that point, a lot of people have already moved on and, playing other games, especially those that are kind of people that, I mean, I'm kind of one of those, but at the same time, I play a lot of Destiny, so but like, there's a lot of people that, if you buy a game, you buy all the AAA releases and maybe some indies, but you might not spend very long on it. And that's, with Destiny 1's launch, that basically meant that if you played it and it was one of those games, I don't know what games came out that year, but if there was another game that came out a month after it, the game probably wouldn't have kept you hooked past that time, because the grind and because of the way the end game wasn't, because the entire kind of from the beginning of the story to the end of it, and then kind of that beginning grind and towards the end, it pretty much, I don't think it kept people into the game. So yeah, hopefully Destiny 2 will be different, and hopefully it'll somehow but cater to every kind of player and actually be good at launch.
Yeah, it's all about launch and stuff. Like the beta can be cool, but yeah, we'll know more in the coming weeks, hopefully, the launch. Or the month, I guess.
All right. Next topic. So at the same panel as the same panel as where they showed off the Kingdom Hearts thing. I think it was the Disney thing.
The D23?
Yeah, D23. They showed off a bit of Spider-Man. It was kind of like a behind-the-scenes trailer where they gave you like an insight of what happens at Insomniac. And, they showed off a few new cool things. They showed off some concept artwork for Spider-Man. Like they showed off, I think, 4 screenshots in total they showed off. There was one where showed off like the inside of Peter Parker's room, and there was one where he was fighting Kingpin. But yeah, generally what I just wanted to talk about, I guess, for the trailer was that it was super cool that, obviously for us, we haven't gotten a good Spider-Man game in a while. So and then with Insomniac, they're like, a very talented and respected team in the whole gaming industry. So it's cool that they're taking over. But then when you get to see their reactions, like it's cool because you see that they're also fans of Spider-Man, and the fact that they get to work on a game like this, it's just like what didn't the creative director or something, whatever he said, this was like a dream come true or something for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool to see. It's like nowadays I just find it like it's not as common to find like game developers that seem so passionate about their games that they make.
I mean, it's just tiring work and stuff. Working on it for years.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them are still
Yeah,
passionate about what they do. It's just we need to work in the office and do all this stuff. It's more cool when E3 comes around; they can actually show it off. It's cool. But yeah, to me, to Insomniac, it's kind of like a dream come true being able to work on Spidey. And they said the best part about working on it is it's a Spider-Man game, but the worst part is it's a Spider-Man game. So yeah,
Yeah, true.
yeah, it looks really cool. We saw a little bit of free running and stuff, a little bit more of that stuff.
True. They said they improved
The speed a little bit.
what's it called? The speed of the web slinging, because people were saying that it looked.
It kind of
too
did
slow
look a
at
little bit too
E3.
slow and stuff. I like
Yeah.
it anyway. It showed.
That's good. That's good. That's good that they're listening to the community, Because usually, when you're like, sometimes when you're a developer and you kind of have like your plan set in stone, and even though like the community says something, you don't really listen to them that much. You'd be like, oh, I know. Yeah, we know it's right. But yeah, that's cool. But sometimes it's also kind of risky, isn't it?
I mean,
if
yeah,
you're
you don't
gonna
want
be
to
like-
always be listening to fan feedback because a lot of it is just like dream stuff they want to see. But I
Yeah,
feel like with
exactly.
Spider-Man, you have a little bit more leeway because it is kind of like a comic book superhero. So a lot of it is far-fetched,
Yeah.
and a lot of it is just like up to extraordinary measures. But yeah, I mean, for that, it definitely was a valid criticism, and it's a good thing they listened. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so now I can move on to the next fan question. This one comes from Uassassinpro, who's a good Twitch viewer or fan, I guess you could say. So he asks, what are some games from last generation that you wish you played /
this
tried
is
out?
easy. Red Dead for me, honestly.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because I
I was gonna
wish,
say that as well.
yeah,
The best game of last generation.
yeah, it's one I didn't play. I played a little bit of it, but I only played like an hour or two, and it was just free roaming, running on a horse. So I really wish there was gonna be like some remastered thing. I really don't want to go to PlayStation now, but I might have to at this point, which sucks because there was no backwards
Mhm.
compatibility or anything. So yeah, I mean, all I know is I really want to play Red Dead before Red Dead 2, so I'm gonna fit that in
Yeah.
somewhere with my schedule in the next year or so. I guess it's a good thing it's not coming out fall then. Gonna
Yeah.
figure it out.
The good thing for me, at least, though, I feel like, because I really don't like going back to my PS3, so whatever like last generation games I feel like that I missed that I want to play, I buy it on PC.
Yeah.
Like I bought Dead Space
But
1,
the thing
2,
about Red Dead
Mass
is it's
Effect
on
1,
PC.
2.
That's the bad part.
Yeah, true. That's the thing. Red Dead's like the only exception. But other than that, like Dead Space, Mass Effect, Portal 1 and 2. I got Spec Ops: The Line I wanted to try, and I beat that, of course. What am I missing? Yeah, I played Alan Wake as well. So I guess the Red Dead is the one that I want to try out, that I wish I played, and also, should what I say? I guess I could say Portal. I mean, I bought it now, so I guess I could try it.
Funny thing is, I actually played Portal 2, or I think it was Portal 2 on the PS3.
Yeah, so you played like what, half an hour of it?
Yeah, no, I was saying I played it back in the day as a kid. Like, I beat the game on PS3
Oh.
or something like that.
Portal 2?
Portal 2 is on PS3.
Oh, yeah.
I beat it and played it on PS3. I know, weird, but yeah.
Oh, then why'd you buy it on Steam?
Because it was $1 or $2, and I wanted to play it again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Yeah.
I already
Uh,
played it a while back.
Brian, Josh, do you have any, or just Red Dead? Oh wait, Brian, did you play Red Dead?
Yeah, I played Red Dead.
Oh, okay.
For me, it'd be God of War. Just like get prepped for the new God of War, even though it's probably not gonna have too many references or anything to the old
It
ones.
does have a few, and it's
Oh, does
apparently,
it?
I think it's they've said it's the same Kratos, and I've questioned it since then whether they mean like
It would have to be the
the same
Kratos.
Kratos, as in it's.
It would
Huh?
have to be. I mean, wouldn't you feel like no emotional if it was just a new guy?
Yeah, but I mean, I get why they've used him, but like my point is, I feel like, I don't know, it feels like taking it to an entire. It's weird how it's like
What do you mean the same Kratos?
we like Brandon, you know how it ends. You
Yeah,
know
I
how God
know
of War
how
3
it
ends,
ends. Yeah.
and they even have a cliffhanger at the end, and that kind of like at that point I was like, they did another one. They did Ascension, and then
Yeah.
they
Well, Ascension was a
obviously announced
prequel.
the new God of War. No, but like that was the thing. It was like, well, I feel like either that's just left open as like that's a cliffhanger, and then they said it's the same Kratos, and there was references in the trailer. There was a urn that he looks at, or a vase, and or a vase, whatever, and it has like Kratos from the other God of War, or at least looks like him, and he's holding the two blades that he holds in that.
Yeah.
So I think that was really the only kind of. But it'd be nice if I think like one big part of the story ties into that. And that's because like it's weird because they call it God of War and that's all it's called, and it's like it feels like a reboot, but it apparently it's the same Kratos and continues on the story, and that's why I was questioning whether they meant like it's the same Kratos and it's still Kratos, or whether they mean it's like it literally is the same person at the end of.
I think it will be
3.
the same person. I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't see how they
I think
wouldn't do it the same
showed in
person.
the last trailer. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, didn't it say like that kid's from his past? Like they said, like didn't one of the girls?
Well, no,
the girl
said,
in the trailer said, "This kid is not your past; he is your son, and you
No.
were his father." So I'm wondering it might be from the Greek era that his son came from. But I have no clue.
I'm wondering if
Then how does he know all those languages?
I have no clue. That's the thing. I'm glad we don't know though, because that way I can play the game.
I really hope we don't see anything more.
We'll see that PSX.
Maybe like one.
Yeah, we're gonna see like a trailer.
I just hope they don't really kind of go like, here's a brand new location. Like, just stick to the snowy kind of forest that we've seen.
Man, I can't wait for God of War.
Like, I know while some people might be like, oh, but it looks the same as what we've seen before. It's like, I don't care. I want like for that game. I mean, I think I said it before, but I never expected to be so excited for God of War all games. And even though I like the kind of PS3 games, but yeah, I'm quite excited. So I want it all.
Same. I probably should play some of the older ones. Wait, so when you mean you wanted to play God of War, did you mean God of War 3 or?
No, I meant 1, 2, and 3.
See.
So like I guess also PS3.
So you haven't played 3 yet?
I haven't played 3. I think I'm gonna buy like the collection on 3 and then get the third one on PS4 maybe. I don't know.
I see. Yeah, I played the third one.
I definitely
I
recommend
have PS4. I just haven't finished it.
Because we know you don't play your games. Because we all know you're casual and you don't play your games.
No.
Like Crash.
Has to be CS:GO.
I know that's what CSGO's for. You get us casual out.
Yeah, I definitely recommend playing through God of War 1 and 2 before 3. And that's only... I do question that decision to... I suppose because of PS Now probably, but like... God of War 3 is... Where God of War 3 starts is where God of War 2 ends.
So I probably shouldn't have played God of War 3 first.
Well, like... What's funny is it's like... I mean, God of War 1 kind of ends on a... Like, it kind of doesn't end, and God of War 2 doesn't end, like, start where God of War 1 ends, but it pretty much... What happens at the end of 1 is related to something that happens at the beginning of 2, or...
I see.
But without spoiling it. But it's not like a direct kind of thing, whereas God of War 2 to 3, it literally is the same area.
Yeah.
And like, it kind of disappoints me that it wasn't put on PS4 as like a... like either a remaster or
They want you to buy that PlayStation Now subscription.
Exactly, I think it must be why it is, but like I said, God of War 1 doesn't really tie into much. In terms of the backstory, it does, and if God of War on PS4 goes into any of that's pre God of War 3, I think they might have a few issues because there'll be people complaining that they don't understand. So unless they just show you like a flashback or something in God of War 4, new God of War. If it is the same Kratos, why isn't it called God of War 4? Like, that's...
Because it's kind of like a reboot, in a way.
It's probably to get more people to play it.
That
so,
way
like,
it doesn't look
I
like
suppose.
it doesn't look like threatening, like when people see like a new...
like, if it was all on PS3, that's kind of doable, but like going all the way back to the PS2 era, it's like, ooh, that's...
Yeah.
It's a little more daunting.
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, whenever you have a series running that long and you have to play them, it's going to be hard to go back to old systems and stuff and just figure it out.
Like Metal Gear Solid.
Exactly, those two. Metal Gear Solid and God of War.
Metal Gear Solid. That's a series I wanted to say.
Dude, Metal Gear Solid is like the best, like one of the best.
I need to play that. I really need
Except
to
for 5. 5 is...
I don't like 5 as much, yeah.
No,
I think 5 is really good, but like
5
it's
hurt.
mainly in the gameplay, and so the thing with 5 is that it seems like they set up like because I think before it, Kojima was like, this game's going to answer all the questions you have, and what it does is with Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain, it sets up a story and finishes that story, and that's it.
Yeah.
And like it adds in like a twist that might help play out in the later kind of in like Metal Gear Solid 1, but.
The twist, I don't know. The twist at the end is very lazy, in my opinion. Without going into like spoilers, it just kind of happens. It's just like, okay, this could have happened to like any part of the game.
I liked it, but the funny thing was, I'm pretty sure that was something I predicted before it, which was cool. But like at the same time, I think, because like the locations that you go to, it's like Afghanistan, Africa, and Mother Base, and it's like Mother Base isn't really a location; it's just like a central hub,
Yeah,
if you will, and or just like your home kind of thing. And like while Afghanistan and Africa are big, it's like. It just doesn't feel Metal Gear Solid kind of thing. Like you think of Metal Gear Solid 4, you go to like where is it? I can't remember where you go in the like in all of them. Is Middle East,
it's like
America, South
Middle
America.
You go back to what's the one in 4? I mean in 1.
Shadow Moses.
Yeah, Shadow Moses. You go to like Paris, don't you, or something?
Yeah, I think that's on the 3rd act. Then you go to Shadow Moses, and then the last one is on the ship.
The Navy ship, yeah.
But like it just feels. I mean, like I know that's kind of when it was linear, but like I just feel like. Because I mean, like people said they looked inside the files from Metal Gear Solid 5 on PC, and it said like they had like loads of different other locations. I'm pretty sure I saw a picture of, but it's like, was that real or is that just like Photoshop? Because it's like I don't know. I think Metal Gear Solid 5 in many ways is a great game, and in many ways it's a disappointment. So
yeah, I think on a gameplay wise, it's like it's incredible, but it's just that's not really what I'm going into Metal Gear to play. So like when I played
it's a great game gameplay wise, but it's not the Metal Gear that you'd expect. And
yeah, especially for the final one where this could have been
exactly.
such a cool chapter for Big Boss, and then it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Uassassinpro, for the question. We have one more news topic, and this is the interesting one. I guess I saved it for last. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy has finally gone gold.
Yep. Woo.
Yay!
Finally, Last of Us Part 2 can now be fully in production.
Does that mean the multiplayer went gold along with it? Because it's in,
the multiplayer is not.
It's like the multiplayer's finally done. Like they've just finished. This is how it was when it was meant to be at launch.
Right.
It took them. It only took them 1.5 years.
Classic mode is non-going gold. Imagine that.
Finally, it's still not even like the same.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should always talk about the game, not the multiplayer. But yeah. I mean, the game's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to play it. I mean, I've already made a video on this. I think we all know how we're all feeling. Okay, what are you guys looking forward to more, playing the game or the fact that Last of Us Part 2 is now going to be full heady in production?
No, I'm not. You know what? I'm not even like super hyped for The Last of Us Part 2 right now.
Really?
No, like
I'm pretty sure I saw your reaction when that was announced. Like that.
Okay, no. I was. That reaction was because I really didn't expect it to be announced that early.
What the?
No,
PSX?
Yeah, that was a genuine.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be announced at PSX. I thought E3 2017 probably.
Yeah, really? I expected. I expected Last of Us Part 2.
I thought no, because I thought PSX they were gonna have the Uncharted single player DLC and Sucker Punch at the end. That's what I was guessing.
I was thinking. Yeah, I was wondering about Sucker Punch, but the thing is, people expect Sucker Punch so soon, but they're working on a new IP. In Horizon, it took 3 years for them to make that new IP in order for them to show off something. So I don't know why people are expecting something right now.
I was just expecting a teaser trailer.
I know, but like they've only by PSX last year, it's only like 2 years since they've been working on it. Like a little over 2 years, 2.5, but like barely. That was August, so like 2 hours, like two years, and like So it's like that's not enough time to make a new IP for them. So I mean, to them, like I wouldn't be surprised honestly if they're not at PSX this year. Like I wouldn't be surprised. Like if they come out E3, I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope they're at PSX, so like The Last of Us Part 2 doesn't have to be there. But like I know
Last of Us Part 2 is obviously going to be there because Neil said something. Like because a lot of people were expecting at E3, and Neil said something. It's them time to shine. They have to be at PSX.
He said it's time for Nadine and Chloe to shine.
Like honestly, I'd predict Last of Us Part 2 is more like likely to show up at PSX than indies are, and you know how likely indies are. So like Last of Us Part 2 is like a sure deal at PSX.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, I don't want them to show too much.
Yeah, I can see your concern. I want a gameplay demo, though. I'm not sure if we'll get it that soon. I think we will, probably.
Because you figure... I think they will, because you figure the game's going to come out in, like, spring 2019, right? Like, around there. So they'd have PSX, E3, and then another PSX to go
So
through.
3 more
So-
showings and then a launch trailer.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do
I
the
guess you get-
gameplay, then a cutscene. I don't know. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like the best kind of option is for them to go like story trailer, then
I don't want a
gameplay
story
at E3
trailer. I
next
don't
year.
even
Oh
watch a
no,
story
no,
trailer.
no,
Well, no. But the thing is, like, if they release gameplay at this point,
Wait, you think they're
then what? You
story
just get another
trailer?
2
Story
lots of
trailer is
trailers.
usually later, like when it's getting close. Like remember when Uncharted 4 got a
Well,
story
yeah,
trailer? It was like a
like-
month before the game came
Uncharted
out.
4 got a
Yeah.
story
A
trailer
month.
like not until.
Remember when
was it,
everybody
like,
was expecting it at like
March?
E3 and PSX and we never got it? We ended up getting a month before. So
It could be any trailer. but,
think
like,
about story
the point
trailers.
I
It's
don't
like they have
want-
to you have to have a lot of footage. Gameplay, you just have to polish one segment of like 10 minutes. Story trailer, you have to grab all these signals, cutscenes that need to be polished in time and stuff. That's why they don't usually come out till like the end.
Yeah, especially with The Last of Us, like Neil wants to keep that close to the chest.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think they would show a story trailer until like
Launch
a few
or
months.
like
Yeah.
or like a month before. Like,
I just want more developers to hold stuff to their chests and just like don't play all that.
I mean, hopefully Naughty Dog's learning. I mean, they're learning with Lost Legacy, so hopefully they can learn with Last of Us Part 2.
Thing is, we say they were learning with Lost Legacy, but is that just because like it's not as grand on
No,
a scale?
because
And
Josh
it's
Scher
I
said
feel
on
like that's the
Twitter.
reason.
Josh Scher said on Twitter that they picked this segment and they didn't want to like. They said that when it got live streamed the gameplay demo, he said that the segment that
Yeah.
they're doing is like it's going to be mild spoilers at the most, and they said they're really trying to keep this stuff like close to their chest and they're not going to spoil too much. So
Okay.
Josh Scher said on
That's
Twitter,
good.
so they are listening at least.
Well, it's also a different scenario for Lost Legacy because they only had like 9 months of like showing the game off
Yeah, but
from PSX.
Yeah.
So it's like
True.
they didn't have that much to show off. But for like The Last of Us, they're gonna have so many shows.
true. But I mean, they could have. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, but yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I,
that's true.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like gameplay with like humans and then like another gameplay with clickers and humans.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have
And
two
then, like, a
separate demos
cutscene.
with like infected
Yeah.
and humans.
A cutscene to show off that girl that's from Westworld.
Do you think that?
And
Do you think
then,
they'd do that cutscene like this PSX and then do gameplay at E3?
Watch them do something.
No,
like,
they have to do
you know,
gameplay.
watch them at PSX. They're gonna do something like the Uncharted 4 gameplay reveal, where at the end it's gonna show the new character. I'm betting on it right now.
Isn't that what we were predicting at the end of the teaser? It'd be like something like that.
Yeah, okay, but that didn't happen, so I'm betting on it right
We
now.
already bet on it.
But yeah, I for Uncharted The Lost Legacy, I just hope we don't. I mean, we're still gonna get a launch trailer, but that's only gonna be like 30 seconds. to a
Don't
minute
watch it
long.
then. Just buy the game.
Yeah, I probably won't even watch it.
Mm.
Unless I have to make a video on it, I don't know. But yeah.
The helicopter scene is gonna be so sweet. to
I know,
play.
especially how you
True.
know how it's gonna go down, and the car sequence that we saw in the trailer, like a lot of it. I do wish they didn't show off that whole thing where the car, runs through the wall and they fall on the floor. Because that was like one of the
You
parts
know
I was
what
like,
though?
wondering.
You know what's better now though, and that I can easily like point out right away is that with Uncharted 4, I like just from the story trailer, I felt like I can piece together what was
I
already.
could already
gonna
piece like what
happen,
part's
you know?
gonna come in the end, what part's gonna come in the beginning.
Yeah.
So.
I was like, I knew it's gonna start off with what was it, the prison thing, and
Did
then
they have the person in the trailer? They didn't.
did they?
They did
Didn't
not.
I
They
don't think
didn't.
they did.
Well, at least I knew that. Oh, okay, fine. I knew they had that auction house part. I knew the auction house was going to be at the very beginning, like the first part of the actual mission, and then Scotland was going to be somewhere in between there, and then there's Madagascar.
How did you piece that together?
Yeah, it's kind of obvious.
Okay.
No, because at the end of Madagascar, then then you're going to
You go
Libertalia
to
from there.
Libertalia
That
at
is
the beginning of the
true.
game, and
Yeah.
then it finishes.
So
at
I
the auction
knew
house.
it was going to be like Madagascar.
Yeah, I
and
knew
then-
that. I knew that. The car sequence was going to be somewhere like kind of like where that train sequence was. Like it's going to be somewhere kind of like in the middle for like Uncharted 2.
Yeah, so then you just have Scotland and the auction house, and it just I don't know. I guess I just thought auction house seemed more fitting to go.
I mean, in
first.
Lost Legacy, you can kind of piece like stuff together. Like that PSX thing's going to be in the
I know,
beginning. Like
kind of. I
the
know, kind of.
beginning, they're going to like invade that guy's rooftop place. In the sequence that we saw
Yeah.
PSX.
Mhm.
And then I think the next part they're going to go on is India, but I don't even know. Like, is it only India?
Well, that's
Yes,
all
it's
India.
all India.
It's
So.
India.
It's all like different parts of
Yeah.
India.
So
It's cool though.
Do you think they're gonna have like some other characters in the game that they haven't announced? Like
I think
Cutter?
Cutter's the major one.
I don't think Cutter's gonna be.
I think he'll be
I think
mentioned,
Cutter's-
but I hope he's in the game. It makes sense.
I think he'll be in it, like slight cameo,
Yeah.
more than a mention.
I think
feel
it'd
like
be pretty
it'd be
cool.
weird though. Why would like? What
It would
he
be
do
weird,
with
but
I
that?
it's
mean,
like,
it's our
I don't know, isn't it
boyfriend,
so
so it's not that weird. I mean, what?
Was that confirmed? Was that
wait,
confirmed?
this one-
But
I
wait,
was-
you think that Chloe's gonna live by the end and not celebrate with anything? She's not gonna meet up, but she's only gonna be with Nadine at the end. I think he'll probably be in the end or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that see, like I don't think Chloe will die, but
No.
I don't know. I mean, like I highly
No,
doubt
she
it, but,
won't
like, I
die. They're
just-
not gonna add an expansion with her
No.
character just to show what she's up to
Yeah.
kill her off.
Uncharted 4 showed that they're not going to kill off.
They're not gonna kill anyone. They didn't even kill. Yeah, they didn't even kill anyone in Uncharted 4.
I'm telling you,
See, that was
Nadine
funny
and
about
Chloe are
Uncharted.
both gonna live at the end of Uncharted. It's just how it is. It's not. They're not gonna die. Everybody thinks Nadine's gonna die, but it's the same thing with freaking Uncharted 4. So
I really feel like killing off Nadine won't do anything for
Yeah,
anyone.
exactly.
I feel like they would have to build up like quite an attachment to Nadine, if anything, to get you to kind of go, oh no, she's dead, kind of thing. Because like, I think Nadine's
they
alright.
don't just
but,
add.
like, I
They don't do
really-
a DLC expansion to show what these characters are up to, just to kill them off. Like it doesn't make sense.
Well, it's the last one, so it's like,
You never know.
why not?
I mean, that was for the Uncharted 4, true. But I mean, yeah, I don't see that happening.
I just wanted Sam and Sully, but we didn't get it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So we're all super excited. We're just gonna move on to the final fan question. This one comes from Bootha on Twitter. He asks, "Do you ever think we'll see gaming evolve to a point similar to Spy Kids 3 Game Over?" So where we literally get teleported into the
I
game.
remember that movie. That's
I
funny.
think I watched that.
didn't that have Elijah Woods from it was Frodo in Lord of the Rings? I'm pretty sure he was in it.
It's the guy. It's the guy with the curly hair and that sister. The guy with
Yeah.
the like big robotic arm, like they're like weird robotic suits and stuff.
Isn't Sylvester Stallone in that
I have
movie?
no clue.
I feel
I
like
think
he's
so.
the bad guy.
Yeah, I think he is.
And
Yeah.
then at the
That was a weird. Like, I watched that film.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
we should probably talk about his topic. Yes,
Hey, we are. We're talking.
I mean
like, trying to
VR is kind of
reminisce.
doing that, but not really like in real life. But if
That'd
it
be
does, it'd be
crazy
like
if you actually get teleported to a real place.
to be honest, I don't want a game to go that way. Like, I think it's good to have to have like obviously with the gaming you want to be able to get immersed into the world. But I feel like if you go that far, then you're just kind of like it's at a point where it's like unhealthy and like kind of like unsafe. You know?
I mean, like if you think of, isn't it like Xbox? It's HoloLens. Like it's not.
Yeah, but that's not
There,
like putting you in the
nowhere
game.
near
Though.
there.
I mean, VR is cool, but you
No,
still
no,
feel
but
the
my point is,
surroundings.
it's like that is still kind of like the game world
Yeah.
in real life. It's
Yeah.
not like I think if it does go that far, it's going to be because I mean, like everyone's always going to try. You know, everyone's going to try and like progress technology to that point. And I think with VR, it's like VR was I think the first step in that direction of trying to put you in the game rather than you actually playing the game. But I think still VR is. It's still an early thing, so I think if anything like that happens,
I mean, something like this would be like years on, not probably even more.
This would
Like
be like 100 years.
decades.
Yeah, decades.
It would be like decades off, man. Going like literally.
I
Going
mean,
into
VR is in
the
its
game.
early stages, so.
Okay, but that's not even.
Well,
the
no,
same.
that's what I'm saying. VR is in its early stages, so like the fact that they don't even have VR down, they're not going to have like going into a different world
Yeah,
literally
this is
down.
maybe
That's
decades
crazy. How do you
away,
even put someone in a different
Maybe
world?
decades away, but that'd be crazy. That's not like a completely.
Didn't
different
Spy
form of
Kids they go
gaming,
into
you know?
like some kind of tube and like subconsciously they're like in the game, like in their mind? I think it was. They're not because
Making
yeah,
all
their
these
body
sections
stays in like the
stuff like
pod, but like subconsciously in their game. Because like you can't teleport someone into a different world and they actually can die. Like what? Yeah.
Dude, imagine playing like Call of Duty. You'd get like PTSD. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't want to go there. Exactly. VR is already scary enough. Like you don't want to actually freaking go there and experience war firsthand. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's possible,
cool.
but I don't know.
I
just hope it doesn't-
I wouldn't
I
count
hope
on
it
it
doesn't
for
happen.
like 100.
Well, not anytime soon. Yeah, Bootha, you will not live to
I
see it
know
happen.
I doubt we'd be still gaming at
I
that
know.
point. You know.
wait. You don't think we'll live to see that happen?
No.
Well, it depends. I mean,
I don't know. Like
Possible.
when you think about like our grandparents, I don't know.
it's
like,
possible, but it's definitely not going to happen.
What
till,
you
like-
mean? Because like the evolution by if
Yeah.
you just look at decade to decade, there's definitely like big steps
Yeah.
every single decade, right? But I just feel like
Well, that's like changing like science
such a
today. I
big
mean,
step.
like going subconsciously into another game, like having a reality inside. I don't know. It's not happening anytime soon. It's possible, but
oh no, we're gonna be like 80 if that happens.
yeah,
But like,
exactly. Which will suck, but yeah.
and we'll still
Hey,
be
hey,
fucking
we
we're
might die from it. We
we're
might
gonna
die
be
from those.
playing
Back in
games.
our day, we had Wii U. I mean, we had freaking VR and Wii.
we had
We had a
Wii U,
Wii
that's how we-
And the
and
Vita.
the Vita. Yeah,
You just pick it up and it's just this dust pile. Dust is heavier than the actual.
I know.
We had this thing called the 2DS, and then they made the. I mean, we had this thing called the 3DS, and then they made a 2DS.
Can you remember when Nintendo did what?
Don't you remember when they did 3D?
Back in the day when Nintendo used Nintendo Switch voice chat.
Oh my god, I don't remember. I don't want to remember that when I'm 80.
Oh god. Anyways, but yeah, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's gonna be a ways off, but it's always cool to think about the future of gaming. So
For episode 1253, you'll find it.
oh god, yeah. Anyways, thanks for the question, Bootha. So yeah, that wraps up episode 10, special episode number 10 of Gaming at its Core. Yeah, of course, I forgot to mention at the beginning of that episode, but you know, of course, like every week, if you have any questions for next week's episode, of course, make sure to leave them down below so we can answer them next week. And yeah, I guess we can go to the outros. So, Brandon.
All right. Thanks for watching up until this point. If you're still watching, I mean, you are if you're listening to this. So, yeah, we all appreciate it. Make sure to go send in your questions like Justin said. And yeah, it was nice. We're on episode 10. Hopefully the podcast continues to grow. And yeah, support means a lot.
Ryan.
Thanks. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, you too, Josh.
Thanks.
Yeah,
We'll go play some
thanks for
Destiny
watching
too.
or listening.
Yeah.
And if anyone starts getting at me for saying things about Destiny 2 being a different game, I'm sorry to have offended you. But
Oh, I have a PSA before we leave. Okay. Everyone go watch Dunkirk at IMAX. Beautiful experience.
I got another PSA. Go watch The Walking Dead Season 8 Comic Con trailer.
I got another PSA. Play Destiny 2 beta.
Oh no! All right, Justin, what's your PSA?
Don't go see-
I don't
Go
have
play
one.
Alan Wake.
Yeah, go study.
Go study. Go
Go play
study.
CS:GO.
Go study. Go do your homework, kids.
Stay safe.
Stay
kids.
safe.
Yeah. But anyways, all channel links will be down below in the description, so you can go check out everybody on their individual channels.
Those timestamps
But
will
yeah,
be
with
there
that
too.
being said, yeah, with that being said, this will be the end of Gaming at its Core.
See ya.